Hi everyone, Chris Gilmartin here. I would just like to spend a little bit of time and talk to you about a neat technique of managing your time whenever you're starting any sort of online business, and in my case a business with iPass and the Empower Network. You've got to be, you've got a certain allotted amount of time. Everyone in the world, whether you're Mother Teresa or whether you're Nelson Mandela, whoever, you've all got the same amount of time, and it's just about a case of, managing yourself, not so much managing time, but managing yourself in a way which is most productive in the way, and doing the best things to get the best out of you and the best out of your new business. Okay, so I've read recently a book by Stephen Covey called The 7 Habits of Successful People, and as part of that he comes up with a time management matrix. Okay, so I'll start by laying out this matrix. Let's just grab a pen here. So first of all, the matrix, it's split up into quadrants. Okay, so first of all we start with a box, and then divide the box into 4 quadrants. Okay, we've got quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. So, the way we number each of these quadrants, or name them, is important. So these are the things which are important. Oh, can't even spell. Important. These are the things which are not important. And then urgent things, and not urgent things. So if we start with quadrant 1, anything that's important and urgent. Okay, so in business, one of the most important things is the customer. And if your customer comes onto you and he's got important questions, he urgently needs to do something, these are the things you need to be reacting on. You need to reacting on quickly. So, we can add into there customer urgent. Say urgent questions. Okay. Another thing, running a business, especially if you're running a business from at home, you may have a problem at home, you may have a young child, the baby might be crying. Clearly, that's urgent, that's important, it's something you need to attend to. So, let's say baby crying. What else have we got? You may have an urgent call you need to take. Your partner might have a problem, an issue. You need to take those calls. Again, it's an urgent thing. It needs to be resolved. So, urgent calls. And then, from my perspective, in terms of the business, a big part of my business is blogging, and I see that as important, and it is urgent. It is an urgent thing to do it daily, because without that, it's, you're putting your business to one side, and it is important and it's urgent that you do it every day. It needs to be a consistent thing that you do every day. So for me, in my mind, that's something urgent. So, daily blog. And likewise, if you're not marketing your blog, if you're not sending people, getting traffic to your blog, traffic to your business, you don't have a business. So it's urgent and it's important that you do that. So, marketing daily. So that's, just a few things in quadrant 1. And then if we perhaps look at quadrant 2, that's important. So it's important, but it's not so urgent. So these are things like, you know, continual education, educating yourself. You know, in terms of the iPass and the Empower Network business, you know, for me, an important thing which isn't so urgent is getting all in, for example. You know, in an Empower Network, that's getting all in, getting all the products. In iPass 2, that's going black, okay? So something else. You know, coaching new members, you know, training new members. It's important that we train new members. Assisting them wherever possible, you know, it helps grow you, it adds value to you, and it, you know, it supports your, you know, your team behind you. Another thing, listen to the inner circle every day. Listen to inner circle. So that's, you know, continuously educating yourself, keeping up to date with the latest things, the latest strategies, the latest techniques, you know, continual improvement. You know, it's an important thing, but it's not ultra urgent. Reading daily. You know, for me, reading daily is important. You know, I need to be able to blog. In order to be able to blog, you know, you need some good content. You need to be able to add value. So by reading every day, I've got something to write about. So again, it's, you know, an important thing. And in a way, you know, you could say that it is, you know, becoming urgent, because without any content here, you know, I can't do the daily blog. So, you know, it is key. And then I would say, last of all, is kind of yourself as a person, you know, physical exercise. You know, if you're not physically exercised, if you aren't going to the gym, or, you know, you're getting regular walks or whatever it is, you know, or you're not in the right frame of mind, you're not feeling good, you're not, you know, you've not got the emotion, you've not got the motion, you know, you need all this physical exercise. You know, it's key, keeping yourself fit. And then if we look at, say, Quadrant 4, so this is not important, but it's not urgent. Oh, sorry, I've done these the wrong way around. This is Quadrant 3. That's Quadrant 4. So look at Quadrant 3. So it's urgent, but it's not important. So things that are urgent but not important. Things like this are interruptions. So you know, working from home, you know, your kid may come along and they need a little bit of help with their homework. You know, it's urgent that you help them with that, but it's not overly important in terms of your business. But it's still urgent you do that. You know, you need, your family's still there, you need to support them in that. So it's interruptions. What else have we got? Poorly planned meetings and work. So if you're not planning, if you've got a meeting that you're trying to organise, you're trying to sort something out, if you don't plan it properly and you go into that meeting without a purpose to that meeting, all that time is going to be, it's not going to be important, is it? It's not urgent. You know, it might be urgent that you go and attend the meeting. You know, it's urgent you do it, but if it's poorly planned, you know, it's not important, is it? So poorly planned meetings. And it may be a poorly planned meeting that you go to in the hope that, you know, someone else has planned it, you attend it, and it's a waste of your time. You know, it wasn't a good content, it wasn't good value, so poorly planned meetings. And then things like phone calls, you know, daily phone calls. You know, someone may ring up and it's that person who wants to talk to you for an hour a day. You know, it's wasting your time, it's not valuable, it's not useful. Get off the calls, you know, as fast as you can, and use your time in a better manner. And then last but not least, this is basically what I call a complete waste of time quadrant. And this is things like, you know, randomly surfing the net. You know, do you really need to know how a cat can jump through hoops? No. Watching TV. You know, there are some things you could, you know, watching TV, if there's a documentary that's relevant to what you're doing, maybe you can get content from that to blog about. Depends what you blog about, depends what your business is about. You know, if you blog about surfing and you want to watch some surfing, then great. You know, maybe it's the story of O'Neill, you know, in which case it might be interesting. It's something you can add to your blog. But generally, just random watching TV, it's not really going to be very productive in your business. What else have we got? You know, non-work related Facebook and Twitter. You know, just searching mindlessly on Facebook and Twitter, just randomly, it can just drain your time. You know, it's great for Zuckerberg, he's done great out of it, you know, he's earned billions, but for you, if you're trying to run a business, it's not helping you unless you're using Facebook as one of your tools to create traffic. And then just generally wasting time, general time wasting. You know, putting off the important things for the sake of doing something here, general time wasting. So the overall key here for any of this, when you start to map out yourself and you plot in your habits that you're doing currently and all these things you do, you need to be putting more and more, the most important box here, the most important quadrant is quadrant 2. This quadrant is the most important quadrant and what you need to be concentrating on. And where do you get more time for quadrant 2? You're getting more time from here and you're getting more time from here to do the things which, you know, taking away from the things that aren't as important and putting it into quadrant 2. These things you have to react on. You know, these things, if you don't react to these, you're going to end up in a crisis. Okay, but by doing more of the things in quadrant 2, you can get less of the things in quadrant 1. And that time comes from quadrants 3 and 4. Okay. So, you know, this is something I just wanted to share with you. Hope it's been useful. You know, leave me your comments and, you know, put this into practice and do away with some of these things in quadrant 4. You know, concentrate more and more on quadrant 2. It'll help you personally and it'll help your business grow. Thanks for listening.